Fulgor! Today, I'm gonna see if a Warcaster can actually cast a spell fast enough to have it be a reaction. Fulgor! A couple of creators in the TTRPG space commented on whether or not they think somebody with the Warcaster feat can take a reaction to cast a spell as an attack of opportunity against an ally. Now, logically, it makes sense that if a Warcaster can attack somebody who's trying to avoid them at all costs, they can still cast a spell towards somebody who is a willing target. General consensus is yes. If you are a Warcaster taking a reaction to cast a spell, you can use it on an ally that is leaving your threatened range. For my purposes, what does a spell look like? This is my casting focus. It's about the only thing I can equate to having to perform somatic components. I'm going to be using verbal components. Because there's a casting focus, no material components needed. I'm going to face this way. You're going to run past me. Yep. Okay. That's how it is. That's how it is. The only indication I have is that I can hear your footsteps. Kakama! Kakama! Okay, that was a little bit anticipatory. Kakama! So, what did we learn here today? 1, it is really hard to cast spells in combat. I'm gonna have to revisit that later. 2, it is also pretty hard to cast spells as a reaction in combat, but it is possible. With the amount of time that I spent to 1 flourish, speak a verbal component, and touch activation, that was well within like 2 seconds most of the time, right? That 2 seconds of a reaction time, plus your other actions and maybe bonus action and movement within a turn, I think that's completely reasonable. All of that information with the fact that typical Warcaster is a trained mage, wizard, or sorcerer, etc., etc. This is a completely reasonable task that can be pulled off, not just as an attack of opportunity, like with Shocking Grasp, but also anytime you want to add a buff to your companion. Today, Dungeons & Dragons is safe. Thank you again very much for watching this week's episode of Debunking Dungeons & Dragons. If I missed anything, if I didn't account for anything, I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to revisit this topic. This was an excellent little thought experiment. Thank you to Treant Monk, D&D Shorts, D4, everybody for bringing this to the forefront of the community. Hopefully I did my part in trying to help people visualize this concept. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time on Debunking Dungeons & Dragons.